Another delivery from Freddie's Flowers, and I'm really excited about this one. The last one was really great. I did the unboxing. That was the first delivery. And this is the second one. We're going to set up a nice floral display. Let's see what we have here in the box. Just kind of do a bit of an unboxing. I do like the boxes that the flowers come in. This was delivered last night. I wish I could have gotten to it then, but I'm getting to it now. Let's go in, get this box opened up, and see what we have here from Freddie's Flowers. So I signed up for this. I think I was at the Harrogate Flower Show earlier this year. I got signed up for this, and so far I've been pleased. I like the first delivery, and what I really like is the interior of the box. Let's turn this around so you can see. They have the instructions here about what you need. Get your vase, there's some flower food, shears, snips, and then admire. So let's see, what are we going with? Because this time of year right now, I know what's blooming. And it's all about one of my favorite spring flowers, which is the peony. So this is going to be a bouquet about peony blooms, which I'm really excited about. Let's see which ones we get. And I mentioned before, what I really like also is it gives you instructions of how to set up the bouquet. The other one read this way, but this one's going this way. You can kind of see, and here's the instructions with the actual flowers that we're going to have here. And snapdragon, allium, and peonies, and a couple other little flowers here. Let's see what we have. And I love the way it's packaged. You can see here the packaging, nice string. The package is a little different. Last week it was more metallic, and this a paper interior here. This is nice. Okay, all right. And these do look a little, because you know right now they haven't been in water, so everything is a little wilted. But it's gonna be okay, because once it's in water for about a day, I need where to put my snips. There they go. Everything is gonna look a lot better. But let's go ahead and kind of start getting it out here. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. This is Pittosporum. That's different. I wasn't expecting a little tree, but I do love the fact that they trim the bottoms for you. But you take off that bottom inch, and let's get that in. There's 3 of those. So that's one. I'm going to bring this over a little bit so you can kind of see that's one. And that bottom inch, taking it off just helps that plant draw in water or moisture. Again, everything is looking a little wilted. It's because I should have gotten this in the water yesterday, but by tomorrow, everything is going to look a lot better. Okay. So that's the first thing. And I love the fact that in the instructions, they really show you where to place it in the vase. And that's kind of what I'm trying to follow. And there's the first one, right? So it's kind of a triangle shape, 1, 2, and 3. And that's what I tried to replicate here, 1, 2, and 3. I love the instructions because the instructions stop you from having to figure out how to place these things yourself. Next, it looks like we're adding in the peonies. And I'm growing some great peonies here. I have a lot of peonies planted in my garden. Oh, these are nice. Take that bottom inch off. Yeah, these are really great. And that's a little wilted. Again, don't let that bother you. That bloom looks great. That's going to, contrary to what your thought is, that's going to liven up over the next day. It happened with the last one. I was like, oh my goodness, it looks a little wilted. But by the next day, 1, 2, going by the same triangle pattern. Okay, and then there's 3. So you get 3 peonies with this one. These are a bit fragrant. I can already smell them. And then 3. So just kind of following along with the pattern. Next, I think start to arrange in the peonies, and then I think the next thing in, let me see here. No, the alliums go in last. Using a stem grid pattern, that's what we're doing here, just kind of crossing those stems as they're going in. There's a plant called stock. Let's see, which one would be stock? I think stock. No, it's not the purple. No, which one is stock? Just kind of looking through. Here's some snack. Okay, these are the alliums. Those look good. So there's 3 alliums. Peonies and alliums look really great together. They're blooming at the exact same time in that spring garden. So let's get those alliums. I'm gonna set those to the side. And I don't see the stock. I see snapdragons. So we may just go ahead and place the snapdragons. Take off that bottom inch. And on this one, I actually want to take off a couple of those leaves. Just kind of come up a little bit. Following that same pattern, it's going to be kind of a triangle shape. Okay, here's that first snapdragon into the water here. And doing these floral arrangements is something new for me. This is really only the second time I've ever done this before. And I really appreciate it because I feel like by doing this with the Freddie's flowers, they're sending me the flowers, the cut flowers. I don't have to try to go out and figure it out on my own. I'm sure that as I continue to make these, I'll get a little better at it and get more of a sense of it. But right now, I'm not having to, on my own, create these floral designs. I have the flowers provided to me and I have a design of how to place them in the vases. And this is pretty much the same pattern I saw with the last one, but maybe they're just keeping it simple. But it's this grid pattern on a triangular, it's in a circle, but kind of breaking that into thirds. And you're going into those locations and you're placing. So then we set this one beside the other one. So one, triangle. So look here, coming over here, triangle. The first one, triangle. Snapdragons, triangle. So it's very much a good shape. So the last one that I had, right now I'm set up to get a delivery every 2 weeks, every fortnight. I'm getting a delivery, and I just took out the other bouquet of flowers that came in I would think it was just yesterday. I took those out and they were still looking okay. They held up really good. I was concerned about will they actually last for 2 weeks. They did last for 2 weeks. I always say edit. So if you have flowers in your bouquets that go over in your floral arrangements, then edit those out. Keep the ones that are still looking good in there. And if let's say the snapdragon goes over first, then I'll take that snapdragon out. You're going to replace that water about every 3 days anyways. And so at that time, you can look and see if any of the flowers are gone, and you can edit those out. Okay, snapdragons here. And this is coming together. And you could tell by the coloration here, the peony is a pink peony. And it's going to be really nice. You see, it doesn't give the peony variety, but it is a pink peony, and then you have this pink snapdragons. So it's going to be very much a very blushy look with this one, a blushy look, just kind of pink, and it's really, really pastel. And here we have, lastly, well, not lastly, this is different. I like this. Almost looks like a sage. But this says I love this. What is this one? Lemon. I'm not familiar with this plant. And that's the other cool thing, is that by getting these delivered to me, I know which plants I like. I like peonies. I like snapdragons. This, I would never on my own select this. It smells herby. I would never select this on my own. It's not one that I would pick. Move this over just a little bit. I wouldn't pick this one, but by getting it delivered as a part of the bouquet, it's introducing me to flowers and different plants that I would not normally on my own select or even seek out. I'm really excited about this because I just feel as though this is a great way for me to increase my overall floral knowledge. So this one is a little branchy, and I wanted to try to follow the same pattern because it's a triangle pattern repeating over and over again. So let's get this one in on this side. But you can see it's kind of they're standing up in the center. So even when I try to do that pattern, they're just going to fill in into the center. It's not so much on the outside, but they're filling in the center, which is great because that center was a little open. So this is really different. So as you look at your color wheel, and on the color wheel you have the yellow and purple, and you see that very commonly displayed in a lot of floral arrangements because those colors contrast really well, the yellow and the purple. But this is different. It's a peachy, pink, pastel, and this is not a very strong purple either. It's not a very strong purple. The strongest purple is actually going to come from the last three that I'm putting in, which are going to be the alliums. And these alliums almost look like, I'm not sure because they don't tell you which variety of allium it is, but you see it's not the largest head. It's not a globe master. Actually, a globe master would not fit in this bouquet because the globe on that would be way too big. But it's a really nice little allium. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but I'm going to do it again in the center, one facing pretty much this way. I like this. I do like it because it's kind of, you have this ring of peachy color here, and then you're gonna have these, when the peonies bloom, they're gonna fill in that space, and on this side, fill in that space. The snapdragons, really blushy and soft, and then the interior is a little stronger colored with the purple. And then you also, and what I love about this is that they're like, I'm learning. This is something that's new to me. I'm learning, but it's the purple, there's the coloration, but it's also the texture. Because I never would have thought on my own to add this, because this is just a tree branch, right? So I would not have thought to use that as a filler, but it's a completely different texture than what you have with the snapdragons, the peonies, also soft. So that's why I'm really liking this, because I feel like it's very, very softly increasing my knowledge of plants and ornamental plants. And I'm a fan of ornamental plants. That's what I prefer. I have indoor plants, outdoor plants, I have vegetables. So, I do a bit of all of it, but I'm really a fan of ornamentals, and Freddie's Flowers is delivering a lot of great ornamentals. Now what I did do was I didn't add the food. They send a little bit of plant food with it. So I snipped off the bottom. What I'll do though is I'll take this and I will mix this sachet in with some water, probably tomorrow. I should have got it in there before. I don't want to raise the water level too high. So I will mix the sachet in with some water. I may do it tonight. Raise that water level maybe another inch or so and just get this food in there. And that will really help these plants really fill back out. So another thing, and that's all I have in the box. I appreciate the box. It's wooden, it's cardboard, which came from a tree, so it's kind of wooden, but it's cardboard. It's definitely recyclable. Now I think I mentioned, I saw where they said make you sit out your last box. I did not sit my last box out. I actually have it still here. I held on to it. I can recycle it on my own, but I think when they deliver, I think Freddie's Flowers would actually take the old box. But that's a really nice box. Yeah, please leave this box out and we'll pick it up next time. So I could have actually left this box out. I actually now have two of them. So I have to make sure I set both of those out before I get that next delivery. And they do send text to me, and I get emails. Both text and email are talking about when that next delivery is going to be coming. Now, what I'm really excited about is the information that they give you. Here, bit of peony care, help them flourish. Dunk your peony heads in warm water to remove sticky sap that may stop the petals from unfurling. I did not do that. I see a little sticky sap on here. So that step I skipped. Give the crowns a gentle tap on a hard surface to soften them before popping them into a vase at room water temperature. There's some of the water is at room temperature. Peonies can be a little fussy when it comes to breezy weather, so position them away from droughts and keep them out of direct sunlight. This is going to sit on my kitchen table, so no direct sunlight there. Avoid putting them near fruit bowls, as this can prematurely age them. I think it's going to be the ethanol or an off gas coming off the fruit, which would age, and we don't have much fruit. Fruit don't last long in my house because the kids eat everything. Are your peonies starting to wilt? Submerge each flower and stem in lukewarm water for several hours to revive them with a hydrating boost. Now, that's interesting. I didn't know that you could recover them. So I have peonies growing in the front yard, and those, they're staying on the plant, right? I'm not snipping them off, but they're holding on for about a week to a week and a half is how long those peony blooms are holding. So I may slide these peonies out and do that, go back to that step where it says dunk your peony heads in warm water to remove sticky sap that may stop the petals from unfurling. That is new to me. I've never heard that before. I didn't know that was a thing. I do see a bit of sap on these, so I may pop these out, go get a glass of warm water, and just take those out, dip them in some warm water, loosen that sap up, which will help that unfurl. Like this one's already starting to come out a little bit. So that's a bit of information about the peony care. And then it actually has a picture of what the peonies are going to look like as it. So right now they're in that deep bud, and then they start to open up more and more and more and more. And so I anticipate, again, this is going to hold really well for at least a week to a week and a half. You can see these blooms here on the snapdragons. Those, now last week I had something similar and it didn't go all the way down to the end. So we may not get blooms all the way down to the end, but they're going to continue to bloom out. Again, they're in the water now. They're going to do a lot better. So I have the one, what I'm really excited about is keeping these, because if I ever want to replicate this again for myself, I can find these exact same plants or substitutes, and I can go and pull this up. So it's not really in a great shape. It fits the box and it's on one piece of paper, and I'm gonna have to kind of find a binder or something, but the shape is kind of hard to put them in a binder. But I'm gonna have a stack of these. I have the one from last week, I'm gonna keep them. And then when I want to go back, and if there's a look that I really like, I will have the ability to replicate that look. I'll be able to go and say, hey, I want this exact same look again. And I can find these exact flowers, or I can look for substitutes for these flowers. But I love the fact that they give me the flowers, the names, and then they show you how to place them in the vase to create this floral design. I like it. And so I want to see now with the next one whether or not the design is going to shift. So this is two that have used this triangular pattern of 1, 2, like 1, 2, and then opposite side 3, like 1, 2, opposite side 3. So it's kind of a triangle pattern. So I say triangle here, and then a triangle here, and then a triangle also with the snapdragons. These were supposed to be triangles, but you can see how they kind of just really sit in the middle. And then I have a triangle shape, which has these alliums on either side. So this is very similar to the same pattern from last week. And they could just be keeping it simple because we're not florists, but I'm interested to see if the next one, when I get the next delivery, if it will be a similar pattern, or will they start to change the shape up in here. And I'll, as I continue to get these, I'll learn a little bit more about it. But Freddie's flowers, so far, I'm happy, mainly because they delivered to my door. It's a beautiful bouquet. I will tell you, I got it on a discount. I think it's like 26 pounds. There's some 23, 26 pounds. I think the average price, their normal price, I think is 30 pounds. So if that seems a little pricey to you, I buy cut flowers in the shopping centers and in the grocery stores all the time. And the prices I find to be comparable. And I also don't get this much variety. So the fact that they deliver to the house, they've given me a lot of variety of flowers, and I'm getting introduced to flowers and plants that I would not normally select, because everyone has their favorites, right? So I can, oh, of course, I could go and throw, 12 peonies in a vase and that'll look good. I can fill a vase with just snapdragons. So if you do one singular thing of like a really pretty plant, if you have roses, you could do roses, that'll look good. Peonies, that'll look good. Snapdragons, it'll look good if you do those plants individually. But if you do the plants the way I've done it here to build this floral bouquet, it takes a little bit more effort. And I appreciate the fact that I'm learning. So I'm using this primarily as a learning experience for me to learn new plants, to learn new flowers, to learn new techniques. I'm continuing to grow and learn. I've never really done cut flowers before. So if you're looking to do cut flowers, I think this is a great way to kind of get into it. And the information, the tips and information that they pass on to you is really good. The design is really good. So hey, tell me what you think about it. I don't know if you have cut flowers or if you are into cut flowers, if you buy them, or if you're thinking about using Freddie's flowers. Well, take these videos, look at this video, look at the previous video, and that'll give you an example of what the flowers look like. And no, this is not a paid sponsorship by them. This is just a service that I've signed up for. And I said, hey, as I open them up, I would like to open up online so I can, have this for myself if I want to go back and see what it looks like. Also, so others can see what they're delivering. And I'm very happy. Again, these look a little wilted. By tomorrow, midday, over the rest of the night, by tomorrow, these will all these heads will start to stand back up. I've seen it happen. It's almost miraculous the way the plants start to recover after they get a bit more water and moisture start to suck up into the plants, and they do really well. And it's going to sit there for at least a week to a week and a half, and a fortnight, I have the next delivery, and I would do a video of the next one. So as long as I'm getting these in, as long as the varieties of plants continue to change, I'll keep posting these little videos because I'm just enjoying this. And if you had fun with this video, if you've enjoyed seeing this, if you like this a lot, drop down in the comments, tell me what you think about it. Tell me if you like the design, if you like what Freddie Flowers is sending. Again, this is not my design. I tried to stick pretty much to what they sent me as a way to follow through with it. I think I got everything pretty much in the right places. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? These are flowers and there's nothing saying, oh, this is not exactly in the right spot. That's not how this works, right? But I tried to keep it in line with what they've sent here. I like it. It sits on the table. It looks really good. It is varieties of plants that I'm not used to, but it looks professional. That's the other thing about it. It has a nice little professional look to it, more than what I would come up with on my own. So I'm learning a lot by this. I'm enjoying it a lot. If you like this, you think this is cool, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Also, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow along with this channel. I recently went to the Chelsea Flower Show. That was a lot of fun. I actually have 7 videos coming out of the Chelsea Flower Show. I toured the Grand Pavilion. I toured the showgrounds. Those 2 videos are already out, but I did a lot of really awesome interviews with different designers there. And some of those were so awesome that I separated them, and they're going to be their own individual interview with some of the nation states, South Africa, particularly the designer for the South African display at Chelsea. That was a wonderful interview. So that'll be coming out on the channel. If it's already out, go look at the channel and you should be able to find it. If not, it'll be coming out shortly. But again, the channel is all about gardening. It's all about horticulture. It's about flowers. I am a plantsman. I love flowers. This is what I like the most. Ornamentals. I do vegetables. Got a lot of house plants, but really pretty much my favorite. But yeah, until next time, do take care. A lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. And I hope you'll join in with me. But I'm jumping off the live here. I just wanted to do this unboxing. Freddie's Flowers.